April 13th, A Word in Season to the Weary by Brother Bakht Singh. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 11. God had told Jacob to go to Bethel, but he delayed for a long time. Again the Lord spoke to Jacob and said, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Genesis chapter 35 verse 1. At last Jacob understood that the Lord really wanted him to go to Bethel. Then he looked at his family, and noticed that they were wearing strange garments. He realized that these worldly garments spoke of vanity and lustful desires. Quite often children form sinful habits and fall into sinful friendships. In their young age they become slaves to worldly habits. If one has discernment, one can easily find this from the garments they wear. Yet many parents are utterly blind and unable to see that their children are being steadily drawn into the devil's net, and they coolly say, Our children are so nice and so innocent. Jacob commanded his household to put away the strange gods and the strange garments and strange jewels. Then he buried them all under an oak tree. Thus there was a spiritual awakening and revival in Jacob's family. After this Jacob and his people continued their journey, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them. Genesis chapter 35 verse 5. What a change had taken place! Now all the people of the cities around about were afraid of Jacob. They whispered among themselves, They are God's people. Before this Jacob had been trembling and devising various schemes to appease his enemies. Now it was the other way around, and the people began to tremble at Jacob's approach, and the fear of God fell upon them. After this revival in Jacob's family, God appeared to him again and blessed him. Genesis chapter 35 verses 10 to 12. Please obey God fully, and do not stop short of Bethel, the house of God. Beware of all the subtle devices of the enemy to keep you away from the house of God. The Lord wants to keep us under the blessing and protection of the house of God, and also help us to take our full share in building the house of God, which is His church.